And now it's time to move on. Meet our new speaker who will join Oleksiy for Fireside Chat. Oleksandr Fomin, head of AWS department at Elcore. A little bit background about Oleksandr. He has over 15 years of experience in the IT businesses. He has built several businesses that reach millions of dollars in revenue just in 1 to 2 years. 1 to 2 years. Oleksandr successfully implemented cloud services across various sectors, including finance, retail, e-commerce, and even government in countries like Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan. So, hi, Alexander. I welcome you to join us for the Fireside Chat. We can't hear you more about Elcore's experience.
Okay, thank you, Gizem. Hi, Oleksiy. I've been waiting for such a moment to ask you directly in such a narrow circle, and I expect that you will tell me the truth. What has happened at Cloud Builders will remain on Cloud Builders, so don't worry about saying something wrong. So, tell me how you manage to hide from government authorities of offices where our company located that you keep in personal data in cloud. I know the list of countries where we are working. It is not such democratic, the most democratic countries in the world. We have offices in Kazakhstan, we have offices in Ukraine, Moldova, Caucasus countries, Azerbaijan, for example, and I think the most democratic country where we have office is Turkey. But anyway, all of these countries has quite strict law according to personal data. So tell me how you managed to hide. I will not tell to anyone, and I hope guys who listen to us also will not tell to anyone. So it's a chance to be honest. It's a chance to relieve your conscience,
Truth is that we don't hide it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not so scary as it's look, and from person who speak about personal data and restrictions, they are all feared of local laws and local authorities, but they don't operate on factual basis, because if you start to looking at laws, at what is law say, what is government officials say, you find out that there is actually not local laws always not so restrictive as you can think about it. Basically, first of all, not all data is personal data, and in many cases, in many countries, only a data is, if you like scan passport and upload it, it's a personal data. Yeah, but if you write down name and surname of your customer, it's not a personal data. So basically, it depends on local laws. In terms of GDPR, AWS have a really nice page where it's explained how to use AWS framework to be compliant with GDPR. It's like a step-by-step guide what to do to be compliant, and it's really nice. By the way, AWS have same pages also for security matters such as PCI DSS compliance and so on. So from perspective of general, let's call it more generally applicable laws, AWS got you covered. You always can consult and use AWS expertise to provide as best compliance as you can. In terms of local law, it always depends on local law. In my experience, I have couple of opportunities to discuss it with a head of regulatory bodies in some countries, and in these cases, it's always about not about text of law, but about of what local authorities wants, and they want to be able to access your data. So in many cases, to be able to provide access to database of your particular application on local ground, like you have a main database in the AWS and local replica async in your local data center. It's completely fine for local authority who oversight such laws as personal data storage and so on. So basically, it always depends on local country law and must be consulted with local lawyers. And we have a lot of expertise on this in this way, and we can help you and try to build a nice and compliant solution. So yeah, I don't hide anything, Alexander.
Okay, so thank you, Oleksiy. So I, as for just confirm if I've heard you right. So your main point is even the most strict local law, it's not a reason to limit yourself from the variety, from all the power
Yes,
of
yes, of course.
different services, and it's not a reason to be limited in your
You always
in a
can, even
business.
with
Uh-huh.
you always can, even with some with really strict laws. You anyway you can apply it cloud powers to your business and provide your more flexibility, more additional possibilities from cloud, even really strict environment, because there is always way how you can be compliant and use cloud.
That's what I've heard from many customers, that there are things that only public cloud and AWS in particular can give. And to understand to understand the law, to understand what local authorities want from you, you can fulfill the law, and you can fulfill the cloud technologies that will make your business better, right? Okay, what's else? It's not the end of telling the truth. The night of telling the truth goes on. Tell me another one thing. I know our owners. These old school guys, old school business, in good sense, old school. I mean, they built their business in that times where this border of mine and somebody else were very strict. They built their business more than 20 years ago. And what arguments did you find for them to change this worldview, mine and somebody's else, and how they come to this dream? What you made quote of the dream, that one of our owner woke up and thought that his dream is not to own any server. How come these guys from 90s, they understand what is mine and what is somebody's else? What made them change their mind?
Actually, I don't change their minds. They change my mind, because I
Oh,
was at first opposed to it, and as from my discussion, from my experience, it was this change in mind and setup was from hard truth that if you own something, you must maintain it, and it's a lot of work, unexpected, and if it if it is not your main business, if it's not from if it's not things that from which you are getting money, it's better to let somebody else to do it, because you will spend a lot of resources, a lot of your time, which you can spend on something that could provide you more money, and in the end you can do it wrong because it's not your field of expertise. So basically it was changing over time, and we start from company which had all our IT and software equipment on premise in same office, to a company who boldly use subscription model, and we actually use Microsoft CRM in the cloud as on subscription model, and we are thinking this is fine and this is better, because and main point was to use on subscription. We don't want servers, because we already have Axapta, which is a great burden on our IT department. And when our owner heard something about troubles with Axapta, with server, with performance, it's always like, oh my god, why? One time he told me, like, I want that Microsoft create accept Microsoft Dynamics 365 earlier, and we can choose it as subscription,
Ah,
because when we buy our ERP systems, there is no such thing as Microsoft Dynamics 365 on subscription model. So right now we are stuck with our kind of owned by us product, which our business don't want to don't want in a situation where we don't want to be. So for business, it's always about efficiency, and if you don't make money from something, you must spend as less time and money on this as you can. So it's very simple. And for right now, moving into shared responsibility models to SaaS model to subscription models is a way to go for business, because it's provide a lot of flexibility and ease of burden. Our owner don't need to hurt about some underlying issues with CRM system in any way, with performance system. He just don't know about it, and he is happy about it. So something like that.
okay, I'm not an owner, but as a head of department, I like this opportunity to put my responsibility, or even to put part of my responsibility of somebody else. And when for results, owners don't ask me, but ask somebody. Yeah, it's very seductive, you know. But what about security? What about this feeling that kind of strange guy from United States called Jeff Bezos or somebody else owns this cloud where my data are? You know, like Elon Musk told when he was asked about Jeff Bezos, he answered Jeff who. So that is the point. Somebody called Jeff Bezos is owner of data center where my data located. How to manage this strange feeling that this data are not completely mine?
I don't know. Uh, in terms of business, you always rely on somebody else. You cannot do business and don't believe in people. It's impossible. So, in any case, you will rely on somebody else. It doesn't matter if it's some Joe in United States or some Petro in Ukro data center. It's in any case, you will rely on somebody. At least when you go with a global company, you can be assured that they have a strict policy. They have they are auditing every year. They have some additional securities in terms of access of data and so on. And less popular and more, let's call it agile company usually skips this part of risk and less secure. So in terms of data center hostings, cloud providers, it's a best choice because they are, it's theirs business. They knew how to do it right, how to provide best service, how to provide best security, best best services, and so on. So my take on that is you must to rely on somebody. If you
Yeah,
don't
even if I
rely,
have my own data center, I have to rely on my CIO. And I
at
have to
least
trust that my
even
CIO
even
don't lie to
okay,
me.
let's try. Okay, you don't want to rely to anyone. You build your data center. Okay, your data center must be in some place, so you must rely on data center house owner, let's call it. Yeah, or you can build your own. You find an architect, pay to somebody, and they build for you. Okay, you build it, but that data center without power and without internet is nothing. So you must connect your data center to internet and to power grid. So you already relying on power grid provider and on internet provider. And both, okay, you can be your own internet provider probably. If you are a telecom provider, you can do it, but I don't think that usual customer wants to be his own network provider. Same with power grid. You can build your own power station, became a nice go in an energy business, power plants and so on, and don't rely to anyone. But I think at the end of this journey, you will forget what is your business about was. You will be in business of building the data centers. So basically, at some point,
Expert of everything. Yeah.
yes, and at
Uh,
some point you will start to sell your data center to others because okay, you
as Jeff
already
Bezos
built it.
did
Why not?
20 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So basically, Joe Bezos already goes this way, and he he do it for us.
Yeah, he started as a retailer, and then he found out that he has too much computing, and it makes sense to make business on this. Yeah, you are right. Too much requires too much knowledge to trust only to myself. Too much knowledge, too much responsibility, too much investment, and it will make me at the end of the day not effective. And it is better to use resources and to use the solutions that are specialized on particular things. Okay, I've been listening to your presentation, and you mentioned such a slide, and you were asking our audience to make comments. You told don't calculate like that. That is server, that is CPU, that is storage. Yeah. But tell me, what is the logic? Yeah, OS is nice, AWS, it is global, it is very modern, but there is a language of numbers. I take a server. He has, for example, 4 cores CPU. He has such 32 memory. He has 1 terabyte disk. storage space, and I calculate the same at local data center. There are many clouds, many local clouds. When I take such when I take some place and put servers there and then give it to rent. And if I compare, I can use local data center 3 or 5 times cheaper. So what is the logic? You mentioned that don't calculate like that. You mentioned that our top managers confirm that they are ready to pay more, but explain me from the point of view of numbers, what is the reason?
Oh, it's a nice question. Basically, if you do it like that, calculate it like that, as compare servers to cloud, it's defeat point of cloud, because cloud is not static. Whole point of cloud, you pay as you go, and you can scale up and scale down your workloads. So basically, it's a problem of old way with hardware, when you just buy something and it stays in same size and shape every day, even if you don't need it anymore or you need more. You cannot upscale hardware. It's an issue. With cloud, you can, and this is main point of cloud. And most of workload is not static. We don't have all our 400 users login in servers every hour of day. They work from 8 till 6. Some guys work at night, but not all. So basically, we don't need a lot of our Citrix services to provide access to them at night. So we can downscale, and we can do it automatically. And it's already allow us to reduce our cost to three in a half, like that. Just because we able to downscale and don't use at night the same amount of computer power for remote access as we use always. If we use upstream service, it's even better, because we don't spin up minimal amount of instances at all. It's spin up according to demand. So basically, it allow reduce our bill even more. And this is just for classic application which is not cloud aware. If we go with cloud first application, we got nice things like microservice architecture, which natively supports upscaling, downscaling, and real time. We go with serverless, which allow us to run application without services, and if nobody use it, you don't pay at all. So basically, main benefit of clouds, and this is ability to use clouds and use new approach to IT, serverless microservices, which really positively influence your bill, because if you use serverless, your bill will be much less than when you use same application but built in classical way on EC2 and so on. So this is main point of cloud, ability upscale and downscale, and you cannot calculate it and compare with local infrastructure, because local infrastructure unable to upscale and downscale, and this is main issue with local infrastructure.
Yeah, that is the reason. At least if I want to upscale my local infrastructure, I need to buy new equipment and wait some time and buy licenses, buy equipment. And if I want to downscale, I just keep the service at my stock, and they just taking place there and gives nothing more.
Wow, Oleksiy, Alexander, thank you for this chat and sharing your insights, experience, and especially on the PII management. I think it was very, very valuable for our audience.